My name's William Swift. I'm a apprentice plumber, gas fitter. Grew up with mum and dad for a few years, but I would have been about 10, maybe even a little bit younger when dad was put in prison. Then mum she was a solo parent for, I don't know, almost 10 years. Half of my teens was happy, half of it wasn't. Pretty much started getting pretty crap when dad went to jail, because as any kid, they want that father figure there. First time I tried alcohol probably would have been 12, 13. Initially, I was drinking with friends, and then more and more you get drink by yourself more and more often, yes. When I was underage, I just used to get other people to buy it for me that were of age, and then once I turned 18, I was able to buy it myself. I would have been 16, 17, when I started using quite a bit of pot, and then, some other drugs would come along, like maybe some magic mushrooms or cactus juice or something like that. The more and more you do drugs, I guess, the more and more you go downhill. One of the ones that I did get highly involved was meth and amphetamine. When I first started using, probably would have been 17, 18 when I first started using. The first time I used it, I felt like the king of the world. I felt like I could take anything on, I could do anything. And then it was pretty much just every couple of days after that, a couple of days, and then every day. And it gets to the point where you're just smoking it every day and you've just got no money, you get paid, and the day you get paid it's gone again and it's all been spent on meth. I did get pretty bad, got really paranoid, started thinking that everyone hated me, everyone was against me, started working against everyone. I sold a whole bunch of stuff at home, and it gets to the point where you sell so much of your own stuff that you even just go out stealing, breaking into people's houses, to the point where you'll steal microwaves, fridges. I only had very few interactions with the police, to be quite honest. I've never actually been in trouble with them for stealing or anything, drugs or anything like that. It's always been violence at home. Me and my daughter's mum would get into an argument, and because I was drunk and she wasn't, I was on drugs, she wasn't, that was pretty much it. I'd just take off on a big tangent, yelling, screaming, punching holes in walls, kicking walls. I never hit her mum, but I did push her across the room once, and that's when one of the times that I knew that I had a problem. I went through a phase of about a week thinking, yep, I need to change, blah, 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 I need to find counselling, I need to do this, and within a week I was back drinking again every day, using meth, smoking heaps of weed. So I did have a week where I wanted to change, but then it was just the thought of the drugs being there, so I kind of just went back to them. The reason I started using was to escape reality, get away from the truth. When you're depressed or something like that, you don't want to keep thinking about it, or if you're stuck in a certain situation thinking about something. It could even just be a family member dying, or as in my case, my dad going to jail. And I wanted to escape the fact that he had gone to jail and just, use drugs, and then hopefully maybe one day come home and he'll just be sitting on the couch when I walk through the door. It feels like you're sitting at the bottom of a well, and it feels like you're just sitting in water up to your neck, and the lid on the top's just slowly getting pushed over, very slowly, and the light at the top's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until the point where the lid's fully over the top of the well, and you just can't see light anymore, and it's at that point where you don't want to carry on because you think that there is nothing to carry on for. I was sitting in bed, completely fried out of my mind. I'd been on meth for about 2 days, smoking it for about 2 days straight, and I was reflecting about being 24, where my life is, how far I've come, which was nothing. What was I doing? I was in a shit flat drinking alcohol, being a nobody, never seeing my daughter, having work every couple of days, not being able to pay the bills. And then it was at that point, I think it was about 1 o'clock in the morning when I rang Mum, and she picked up the phone, and I just said, I need help, I need your help. Told her everything, and she goes, sweet, I'll be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. She was there at 6 o'clock in the morning and she took me to hospital. Yep. I was in the mental health unit for 4.5 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Meditation was one thing I'd done a lot of in there, which I must say helped me. Maintaining sobriety back out in the normal world, you pretty much have to teach yourself to live properly again. You have to it sounds stupid, but you have to teach yourself to do your washing again, to, cook your food again, to plan, to budget, even just to have a normal conversation with somebody. You have to try and teach yourself that again. Yeah, sure, you can go out and smoke pot with your friends now, you can go out and drink and blah, 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 but it's the long-term effects that affect you. It's the thinking pattern of long-term use of marijuana, or, it's the liver or kidney damage that you're doing to your insides from drinking all the time. It's the brain damage and killing brain cells and stuff that meth does over long-term use. Pretty much tears you apart inside. It gets to the point where you just feel you just don't have a soul anymore. Being on meth for quite a while and for so long, you end up just walking around just feeling like you're nobody. You're just someone that exists. I pretty much got out of rehab, and it's been hard. I've been wanting to relapse, but I've tried my best. I'm finally got myself an apprenticeship in plumbing and gas fitting, and just trying to keep my nose clean, keeping the meditation up. Got a garden going at home, so when no one else is at home with me, I got my garden to concentrate on. I'm trying to read a lot more, just trying to concentrate on life and what I'm doing at the moment, rather than concentrate on, looking for my next fix.